Okay, now to make our wine shots, we need 1 bottle of wine. It's about 750 milliliters, your average wine bottle. Your choice of wine is entirely up to you. We need 3 quarter-ounce packets of gelatin, or 5 grams per packet. We need a spoon to stir things up with. We'll need a medium to large bowl. This happens to be a 2.5 quart or larger. We'll need a small pan or pot to hold at least 2 cups of our wine. And we'll need a container that we can use to put our wine shot to be into, if we put that into the refrigerator. And that is what I'm going to be using to make these wine shots. Start by pouring 2 cups or 2/3 of our bottle of wine into our pot. No need to be precise. That's good enough. And let's bring this up to a simmer. With our wine now beginning to simmer, we can go ahead and turn off the heat. And with our remaining cup of wine, let's go ahead and put that in our big bowl. And go ahead and start adding our gelatin. I can cut the bag open, right? And just sprinkle that across the top. And just go ahead and give it a gentle stir. And let that set for a minute. All right, now with our hot wine, we're going to go ahead and pour that in. And let's stir that up for a good 5 minutes. All right, now that that's been fully dissolved, we can move on to the next step. So let's go ahead and pour our mixture into our mold. And let's get ready to put this into the refrigerator. Now the next thing we need to do is we need to chill our Jell-O shots. Now that I've cleaned out my refrigerator, taken everything out just for this shot, let's go ahead and put that in. Close our refrigerator and let it chill down until set. All right, time's up. Go ahead and pull this out. All right, now we still need to extract our gelled wine from our mold. And what I'm going to do there is that I'm going to place the mold into a much larger container containing hot water until the gelled wine begins to loosen up from the container, and then we can put it on a plate and cut it into chunks. But because this glass container is still refrigerator cold, we're going to let this come close to room temperature before we do that. And I'm just going to put a cover on it and let this come down to room temperature a bit. All right, now that we've given it several minutes and the sides, or at least the top handle portion, is no longer refrigerator cold, we're going to go ahead and place this into our larger container. And since I'm using glass, I'm going to be using hot, not boiling hot, water to begin filling this up. At least until the water at least covers the gelled portion of the wine. It's not like a hard and fast rule. As long as it doesn't overflow the top and starts getting into the gelled wine, we're okay. And we're going to let this sit for a couple of minutes. Again, if you were using a metal mold, then your time would be a lot less, but the bottom of the glass was still relatively cold, so we'll just give it a little bit of time. All right, it's now been a few seconds. Let's take it out and let's see what we got. Looks like it's soft enough. Let's see if we can actually get it onto a plate. I know this is going to be a mess. Well, did it. I think a few seconds less would have been even better. But I'm going to go ahead and put this back in the refrigerator, let it firm up a little bit, and then start slicing and dicing. Now, how big you want your shots to be, that's entirely up to you. Hey, there you have it. My take on making wine shots.